Greetings, everyone. Switch here, and yeah, it's another Saturday again, as always. um, Yesterday was supposed to be an occasion stream, but it didn't happen. It's just one of my friends were not much up for it, so hopefully we'll be able to try today without any break or something like that. And well, yeah, I really haven't really done much today except been watching some YouTube and, well, being at the computer, planning for upcoming news stories and all that, but that's pretty much it. I know for a fact that many are still waiting for some of the stories I've been asked to do for the past, well, next year it will be about 10 years. Wow, time's flying so fast by it. But what can anyone even expect at all? I mean, knowing how many years since it has since I started my channel, it's really surprising how it's well well as it all started. I many times I have always thought to myself, long before I even started YouTube or even all that, I was not even aware of my what the future will hold for me. Because back in only a few years ago, I didn't know exactly what I would be doing streams or not, or what kind of topic of videos I'm going to do. Back when I first started my channel, I only made it so that I could be watching other people's videos that are required to have an account. And when I first started doing my videos, it was almost randomly. And to see how many of people, hang on, boy, well, it smells like burned, burned. Smells like burned. No idea why. That's pretty weird. Well, not the first time. Hi. Well. We have Mr. and Miss, Mr. Game Guy and Miss Roy.
Didn't you make that same exact joke yesterday?
Yeah, pretty much.
Who knows? Getting deja vu.
Tell me about it. I sometimes actually had that kind of feeling of deja vu. Um, for me though, it's for some odd reason, I was when I was asleep at night, and even if I was sitting at the computer one day, and it's like if I'm doing something and I'm going through YouTube on my TV and just looking for certain type of channel or well YouTuber I want to watch, it happened. I kind of had this kind of the feeling at like, wait, did that actually happen? You guys have probably heard that people can somehow see things happen in their dreams, and some of it can actually happen in real life, right?
Yeah, that's actually happened a
Uh,
few times to me, but
It has happened to me at least once. Um, Years ago, I mean, many years ago, I was like, I've had this dream, but found something. When in a dream, I was with my family at the beach. Well, at least one of them is locally. I would walk by the locker rooms, and on the ground, I saw. Okay, I literally saw this bikini top just lay on the ground. I mean, first of all, dreams you can never even control them as much. But here's the thing: only about a couple of weeks later, I think, maybe just 1 week later, we went to the same beach. I walked by this locker rooms and looked on the ground. Sure enough, there it was. I literally saw. I mean, for very odd reason, I dreamt that I saw a girl's bikini top was laying on the ground, and when I wondered 1 week later on the ground, it literally lay there, almost identical, exactly what happened in the dream, but about a week earlier, and had almost the same patterns on it. I mean, what is the odds for that happened, right? It's just I have no idea. For it's just one of the most weirdest dreams I ever had.
Yeah, I mean, dreams are weird, you know?
Mm-hmm. That's for sure. I mean, like having pretty weird dreams where you can, you know, talking to someone that you don't have met in years, like say, I don't know, a friend, a relative, like, I mean, you can miss like if you have a dream and you're talking to your grandmother, which you hadn't seen like in 10, 20 years or so like that, and it just, or in fact, I have sometimes a dream that I am moving forward. Like I'm not actually in a sitting position, but I'm actually moving forward. But I'm hovering in mid-air and moving forward. That's pretty odd. And sometimes I actually have been having dreams that I'm sitting in the restroom in the bathroom, and the door. I know for certain I locked the door, but every time someone will just open the door, despite it's been locked. Dreams can be really strange sometimes. I mean, from your average typical dreams that you're flying around, you're a superhero, or meeting someone you hadn't even saw in for years, or even been end up dating or marrying someone that you know, like a friend or even celebrity. That is one of some things that you can never even imagine. Since dreams are, how to say, it's a mix of memories, new, old memories, and some of the things that you had experienced during the day. They like put all that in a mixer and stirring and play. It's really odd. But nightmares. Now that is another one of the few dreams that most people would not want to have. There are, of course, some typical dreams like you're being chased by a killer clown or something. But there's only one nightmare that I still remember quite vivid, even after more than 10 years. In a dream, I was laying in my bed, sleeping, and somehow I woke up, but this isn't in the dream. I wake up because I don't know for unknown reasons, and for some reason I am drawn to the window, and my window has the view of the backyard, and only and about a short distance behind the backyard there is a small patch of forest, And this was middle of the night, even in the dream. And as I looking at the yard, at the backyard, I seen this bird bath, like not like those like a pedestal, but this was on like someone made a concrete slab in the ground as a bird bath, and in front of it was a statue, but the statue's face was facing the forest. As I looking at this statue, its whole head slowly turned, and this face was like it kind of like it's kind of like the way the owls are doing, you know, turning their head like that. It literally turned slowly and faced right in my face. That scared the shit out of me. Ugh. So I immediately wake up in real life, and I immediately go to my backyard, to the window, look out. This was middle of the night. The birth bed did exist in real life as well, but the statue wasn't even there. That was the creepiest dream I ever had in my life. I mean, I know that for a fact that people can have certain nightmares or something, and some of them are terrifying. But having a nightmare, standing in your own room, middle of the night, watching in the backyard, and having a small statue which is facing the woods, turning his head facing towards you. That is that's pretty scary for me. Even back then, I was not. I think it was about 12 or 13, like that, maybe something like that. And I was, wow. But there's one dream I kind of vivid remember well enough, but that was. Wait a minute. I think I had this dream. It was actually around. I was 15, actually. I think that's when I was in the eighth grade. I I was somehow in by myself. I was walking. I was walking in nature. I found this cave, and I was somehow walked into it. And next moment, I wasn't even in cave anymore, but I was in the school. But here's the thing: in the dream, when I was at the school, I noticed at least two people. They were actually my old crush and my, well, later to be my ex girlfriend though. But the difference is that the they had they were like dark brown. The one is blonde. The blonde girl had her hair to a little bit past her shoulders. The other one had short, like just at her shoulders. But in real life at the time, they didn't have that. And in the dream, I wasn't even a student there anymore. I was actually I believe I was in the 10th grade. I was really surprised, but that dream it wasn't as scary, but it was you know kind of a bit strange, but also at the same time entertainment. I heard that there are in fact some techniques that make you can control your dreams and even like a lucid dreaming. But some people can have training this for quite a while, for a long time in order to do so. But personally, not really. I had never been able to do so. And sometimes when if I'm asleep or, well, half asleep, and even if I in the middle of the night, I can look at my window in my room, and I can somehow put my hand in front of my face, even with my eyes closed, and I can see it, or I can see the room as it is in darkness without even open my eyes. I mean, I don't look like see through my eyelids or anything. It's just it is how that my brain had absorbed that in my memory. and that means that I remember how my room looks like even in the dark, which it kind of looks like I seen through like in the dark, which is it's sometimes I first time I was like, whoa, whoa, that's odd, not scary, but that's different. What if King Sombra took very hard to Grugar's lair in season 9? Um, well, first of all, if it did, that it would depend on what, for what reason. Well, if that, but knowing that since that was not the real Grugar, since it was Discord, and if it was Discord as that, he would likely have been taking care of Flirtheart by sending her back to her parents in secret. But if it was real Grugar, one word, brainwash. But yeah, have you guys ever heard of I'm trying to pronounce this the name Aokiohara Forest?
Uh, I haven't.
It's also known as Suicide Forest, which is in Japan actually.
Mm,
I think Logan Paul he was in that forest. He literally filmed a recent dead body, and that video is no longer on YouTube anymore, and has been removed because the fans, well, let's say they didn't take account of that. I think that he touched the body. So far, 105 bodies had been counted in the woods, and they're still there. They're not even removed. And this forest is actually open for public, so you can want to go in there and. But how big is the forest though? It's about. Come on, where are you? It's located near Mount Fuji or Fiji or something like that. In English, it's been nicknamed as Suicide Forest. It's about 12 square miles, so it's kind of big forest, and people have been going there for decades to end their lives. And the government is not trying to stop it though. Or it's like that. It's just,
makes sense.
yeah. I mean, it's like back in World War II, or even back in the samurai era, when samurai was, well, if they felt shamed, they were doing a type of ritual, taking a samurai sword, sticking it right in your stomach, and right through the entire, in the abdomen and out of the back. I think they would twist it upwards in order to, well, kind of a bit drastic suicide pack or ritual. Even the World War II's pilots had it also did that as the last way, as a last resort, not being captured. Though not every single Japanese soldiers didn't give up after World War II. There were actually some holdouts remained even to the 70s. One of the last ones was actually part of a troop or a unit until he was the last one. His unit raided several farms in the area for supplies until this man was alone. But he wasn't even aware the war was over. He thought that it was just continued. But eventually he was found out. But they couldn't just go out to him telling him that the war is over. So the only way to stop that, to make him to surrender, officially surrender, is to have his former commanding officer to show up. And he did. It happened to him speaking over the speakers, and the soldier eventually came out of the woods at the jungle and handing over his sword to the to his former commanding officer, and he wasn't arrested or anything like that. And this soldier would eventually remain his life as something I don't remember exactly, but I know that for a fact one particular in the leader, the last emperor of China. He was about 4 years old when he became the emperor, and he was eventually, after he was forced to abdicate from the throne, he was in a house arrest for a while, and he continued to live out his life as a gardener. So that can actually happen, though. Despite you if you're having living in a family for an imperial family or royal family for years, for centuries, one day it can be over. I mean, look at it back in the ancient Egypt. Though as Cleopatra's family was not technically not Egyptians for like pure Egyptian blood. They were actually she was descendant of one of Alexander the Great's generals. So she wasn't Egyptian. She was a Greek, but she was still considered as a pharaoh. And after she died, the whole Egyptian empire was over and was replaced as the Roman colony. There are some stories that the Romans could have even had traveled to America, or even the Chinese could have traveled to America, because back in the 1400s, 1450s, something like that, they would actually did have a big fleet of ships who traveled all the way to India and even as so far as South Africa. So if they had the ability to travel all the way to Africa, why would not the say if they could travel all the way to South America or even as North America? But then, after the new emperor came to power, he put the end of that fleet. And that fleet was actually led by a particular man, and he was a eunuch, if you know what that is.
I don't think so.
Well, let's say it's he could get married, but he never having kids because he was castrated. That is what it meant to be a eunuch. I mean, he was a very important man because he was eventually an admiral in that
Mm.
fleet for a number of years. So couldn't like the Chinese to travel to America during the 1400s before Columbus? It's possible that he could. They could have done it, but without any actual proof, like any particular evidence of documentations or even any signs of the any ancient Chinese artifacts being found in America. Some claim that they have found some ancient Chinese anchors shaped as circle stones with a hole right through it. But it's not possible to say that's if possible or impossible. Some divers, there even one diver who claimed to have found the ancient remains of a city roads of Atlantis outside Bahamas. But another diver managed to went down there, found some clams or oysters or something like that in the cracks between those stones. And they took a carbon dating on those clams, and turned out they weren't even that old. That was way younger. They're estimated from between 11 to 1200 AD. Was not even possible. According to the story of Atlantis, that Atlantis was supposed to have been lost 9,000 years ago, and that they decided to defeat Athens 9,000 years ago. But the plot twist is Athens, the Greek capital, didn't even exist as it is by name, even 9,000 years ago. So some people believe that Atlantis could have just simply been Greek, or maybe Santorini, which is also an island. Well, kinda. They actually were have a thriving colony on that island, but let's say the island went sky high. It literally blew up. The volcano literally blew up and all. Yeah, so that's just fantastic that happens. Even though, like, go back in 75,000 years ago, Topaz volcano eruption could nearly wipe out humanity. And that is one thing you don't want to experience. What if King Sombra took Flurheart to Grugar's lair to raise her to be evil, remove her memories of her family? Hmm, that's actually not a bad. I consider that possible, and since she is used to as a baby still. And most babies don't even have any memories from that particular age. Though I heard some stories of some articles that some people claim to have memories even when they're still in their mom's stomach. How that's even possible, I have no idea actually. Well, should we start the Gameshow stream or wait for a little more? Well, hello, guys.
Well, this might take a while, so
Great, I can hear you.
huh?
I thought I can even hear you for a moment.
I couldn't hear you because I didn't. Hold on a second. Increase this damn thing.
You guys want to start the Gameshow stream or wait some more?
Oh, we might as well start it.
Nah, and no D20 this time.
I'm sorry, sir, but that isn't allowed. The D20 or him saying it isn't allowed?
D20 isn't allowed.
Why not?
Just joking, dude. So who will go first? You or your new
I'll go
sister?
first. I'm not a girl.
Are you sure? Because you sound like an old lady.
Listen, man. If I'm if I'm a girl, then there's some shit going on because every time I go to pee, it's a part of me that shouldn't be there. If I'm a girl. Oh, God, fucking wrong.
Well, I can say this. How you know that men can't be pregnant, right?
Man, who would I be pregnant with?
I don't know. Well,
Lemire.
technically, there were actually one. There were technically one man that kind of actually gave birth, but He was born as a girl, but changed his appearance as a man. But according to Greek mythology, Zeus, he was pregnant. Well, kinda in a way, because he was told from a story, a prophecy, that one of his children will be even much stronger and much powerful than him, and his wife was pregnant, so he took her and swallowed her whole, but she was pregnant at the time. And here's the thing: after that, he started to have this constant, powerful migraines. And this also different depend on which story version of the story. After this, uh, okay, there are different versions of how this one of the other gods smashed his head open, cracked his skull open, and out came Athena, his daughter, out of his skull as birth, fully grown woman in armor.
What?
Yeah, that's a
That
pretty
sounds like
weird
something
how
from a
this.
freaking cartoon, man.
Well,
I
that
don't
and
even know.
oh, Ren and Stimpy, that episode. One
Which one? They're all kind of bad.
of them
Is it the
Stimpy,
adult party one?
the Stimpy when he
Oh
was
god.
expecting a baby.
I don't remember that one.
Well, let's say the baby was actually not a baby itself. It was like uh, a giant turd.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah, and yeah, it's just I remember growing up watching Ren and Stimpy. It just I as a kid back then I didn't understand the concept of that. I think I even watched the adult content as well on Nickelodeon as a kid. I just like I don't get it. I don't get it. So at least there were some shows out there that was pretty more better though, like Rugrats, the original, the Avatar. They actually
Yeah,
had
but
this type of
give them credit. They did pave the way for like adult animation and stuff. So
true, but of course even the cartoon actually has a lot of different. Oh, did you know that Sonic the Hedgehog was originally supposed to be a rabbit,
yep.
and Eggman was supposed to be a good guy, but they changed him because, in their opinion, that the reason why they changed Eggman's from a good guy to a bad guy is because he resembles as Mario. And I also found out yesterday that Mario actually have three brothers, the two brothers, because it
I
turned out
do.
that the creators the creators actually officially announced that Dr. Mario is not Mario itself; is an actual separate character.
They huh?
Yeah, apparently so. Apparently, what I understand from I saw this video on YouTube yesterday is that the creators of Mario had officially announced that Dr. Mario isn't the Mario himself, but is an actual separate character, and that also the and that they're his brothers who are kind of representing the Italian flag. Red for Mario, green for Luigi, and white for Dr. Mario. So apparently, Dr. Mario and Mario are not the same character, but two different characters. If that is true, I wouldn't know.
I don't think it is.
Ah, who knows? Who knows? Who's gonna go first?
I am. No,
All
he's
right,
right because it's like if Dr. Mario was a separate character, Dr. Luigi would have been a different character too because they
exactly.
made that a thing.
Because in the Super Mario Bros. Movie, during dinner, there is actually Mario and Luigi's niece among the people there. Unless Luigi has a wife by some point there, and since that their father was very disappointed in Mario, like presume that he's more like but and that another reason why his Dr. Mario was even there. Oh, something like, oh, maybe he's dead. No, by the word doctor. And as we all know, doctors are really busy people.
Well, if he was that disappointed in Mario, you would think that he would say, "Why can't you be more like your brother, Doctor Mario, or whatever his first name
Exactly.
is?"
Exactly.
But he didn't say that.
No,
He
he
never
didn't.
mentioned Doctor Mario, so I don't think
Mm,
they're related at all.
well, that and also if this movie is considered kind of canonical, that's also another thought.
Hmm.
Anyways, number one for you, Roy. Aang's flying companion Appa has a number of siblings. How many siblings does he have? A 3, B 5, C 4, D 6.
I don't remember him having any siblings. Maybe he just forgot. Yeah, though that makes sense. Because the D20s don't like being rolled on this bed, we're gonna have to do this. Give me one sec. Please don't break my computer, by the way.
D20 is allowed though.
Yeah, no, but they don't really work on the bed, so I'm gonna have to do a little of this action. Press.
Well, you can
Alright.
always use a book. Can you always use
A
a book to,
book.
to roll it on? What are on the floor?
Nah, there's a thing online that you can just roll D20 on. I don't know why it exists, but it does.
Hmm.
Well, either way, I'm going with C. Final.
See, 4.
Yeah, well, whatever C was.
Ding 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 ding. Exactly. C 4. If you
Wait.
remember the episode where Appa remember his childhood, we can see when he is interacting with his mother and some other flying bison cats. That is actually his siblings. Number
Hmm.
2, from which air temple was Appa born at with his family? A. Eastern Air Temple, B. Western Air Temple, C. Southern Air Temple, or D. Northern Air Temple?
It's a Southern, right? I think it is. I'm going with Southern.
Not exactly. A. Eastern Air Temple.
Damn.
Number 3, Iroh lost his son Lutan during the siege of Ba Sing Se. And in what year did he lose his son? A. 92 AG, B. 98 AG, C. 95 AG, or D. 96 AG?
I'm gonna have to roll this computer again. And I got a 13. Alright, I'm going with C.
C. Ding ding ding, exactly C.
Let's wait. I haven't rolled yet, so I can't even say like how come this is working for you. You also only have
Number
2
4.
points, so
Number 4. How long did the siege of Ba Sing Se lasted before Iroh gave up the siege? A. 600 days, B. 700 days, C. 800 days, or D. 500 days?
I'll go with the most. I'm going with C.
Ain't exactly a 600 days.
Hmm.
Number 5. After Sahir had learned that Iwi were what he were and took his soul to the fog of lost souls, and where were Iwi's body located at? A. Mr. Palm's oasis, B. Buzzing Sea, C. Abandoned building, or D. The foggy swamp.
Who's Zyway?
He was actually from Avatar Korra. He was working as a uh, truth seer for uh, Sujin Beifong,
I
Toph's daughter.
I didn't really watch much of Korra, so I never got into it myself. That's just a B thing, though. How many questions are there again?
81.
All right, I'll just roll on. All right, I'm going with B.
B ain't exactly A. Mr. Palm's oasis.
Well, damn.
Number 6. Trick question. Were there a split the group Red Lotus formed by a man named Sai Bao or Sai Bao or Bao? Yes or no?
I'll go on with yes.
Yes. Ding ding ding. Exactly yes. Well, I don't know how you pronounce that name, but it spells like XAI-BAU.
Do you see any name start with X?
Well, Asian names sometimes actually starts with an X or even Q.
Still, it's not
So,
very common.
you know. Number 7. Lin Beifong has a younger half sister named Sujin. How many years younger is Sujin to Lin? A. 4 years, B. 5 years, C. 6 years, or D. 8 years?
I'll go with Kyle's logic. I'm going with the most. I'll go with D.
Wrong exactly 6. C. 6 years.
Damn, two off.
Number 8. When did tell When did Top Beifong start her first metal bending academy? A. 102 AG, B. 104 AG, C. 105 AG, or D. 101 AG?
Hey, my first D20 roll of the computer variety. I got a D. I'm going with D.
D. Ding 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 exactly D. Even though this never actually happened in the neither in the Legend of Korra or the Last Airbender, but it actually happened in the comics book series that uh, as kind of like a continuous season. Number 9. How many students did Top have after she opened her metal bending academy? A 3, B 4, C 10, or D 5?
I think I'll use this. Hey, I got a super D. I'm going with D.
D ain't wrong exactly. A 3 bend, only 3 members. Yeah, she actually only had 3 students at the first, but it eventually have a large number of students. Eventually, you know, Legend Korra had her daughters, Lei Beifong, which is a metal bender, the police chief of police. I can say this: this academy that she built used to be a firebending academy from the beginning, and one of the students called himself the Dark One, even though that is not his real name. But uh, I'm not even going to try to even pronounce his name because it's quite long. Number 10, hard question for you, game guy. The Red Lotus member Gazan used his lava bending in order to destroy an air temple, and which air temple did he destroy? A. Western Air Temple, B. Northern Air Temple, C. Eastern Air Temple, or D. Southern Air Temple?
It gave me a 20 as well. Damn. Apparently we're rolling similarly. I don't know. D final.
Wrong, exactly B. Northern Air Temple. Number 11. How is Wu related to the late Earth Queen Hao Ting? A. Son, B. Grandson, C. Cousin, or D. Great nephew?
What's that last one seems a little specific. I'm going with D final.
D. Ding ding ding, exactly D. Great nephew.
Yes.
Number 12. Wu is the current Earth King of the Earth Kingdom, and in which number order is Wu? A. 53rd monarch, B. 54th monarch, C. 55th monarch, or D. 56th monarch?
I'm going with C.
C. Ain't wrong, exactly B. 54th monarch. Even though he is considered to be the last Earth monarch entirely, because in the last episode of last Legend of Korra, he is announcing that he's going to do disbanding, dissolving the monarch system, and to have each province to have its own governor or president, maybe it's like that. But in the comics, it didn't end up well so good as it is planned. Other than that one of the people actually that was working for Sujin, named Kuvira. Well, let's say she was given an opportunity, the task uh, to stop this kind of rebelling in the anarchy system in Earth Kingdom. But she's established Earth Empire as the ruler, and well, let's say is she was defeated by the end, and one of her subordinates tried to brainwash Asami and a few other people with the help of a doctor or a scientist. It kind of worked, but in the end, they were unbrainwashed. Only if that's even a word. But yeah. Number 13. How old were Asami when her mother Yasuko was killed during a break-in? A. 7 years. B. 5 years. C. 8 years. Or D. 6 years.
Wait, was one of them 7?
Yeah, it was A.
I actually landed on 7, so I'm not sure if I should go for that or B. Reroll. Yeah, you're probably right. Eh. That's more concise. I'm going with C.
C. Exactly. D. 6 years old. Yeah, even though her mother's never actually made appearance in the show in herself, or even a flashback, or even mentioned by name, but she made some appearance in the comics of the Avatar that Asami Small was killed. Yeah, but having losing a parent at 6 years old in a breaking like that, I cannot even imagine. Well, at least she took it hard, but her father, Horatio, he took it very more difficult. From that day, he hated all benders, no matter what. Number 14. In the Earth Kingdom, there is a big canyon called the Great Divide. It would take some time to cross it, and how much time would it take to cross it? A. 2 days. B. 1 day. C. 3 days. Or D. 4 days.
Uh, D.
D, wrong exactly. A, B, one day. This is when a Team Avatar and the others crossed. If this was actually I believe it was the time they encountered these two different tribes. That was kind of savage, another one was civilized. Number 15. Which organized crime group that killed Asami's mother Yuzuko when she was little? A. Triple Threat Triad. B. Creeping Crystal Triad. Or C. Agni Kai Triad. Or D. Red Monsoon Triad. All of these actually are real groups.
Dude, gave me the same number he gave you. We're just too lucky. Alright, well, I'm going with D, final.
D. Exactly. C. Agni Kai Triad. Okay, that's it. Okay. Number 16. Fire Lord Sulzin has a number of siblings. And how many siblings does he have? A. 2. B. 1. C. 4. Or D. 3.
Uh, B, final.
They need exactly B. 1. He has a younger sister, even though she never is not even appeared in the series at all. She recently made appearance in a comic book series recently. I believe, if I remember correctly, yeah, I think so. But they never said how. But from what I can find, they um, they didn't mention exactly how old she were because they they had mentioned how old Solzen were, but like what year he was born. But for his sister, no, it was no mention of that. So she might used to be 2 years, 5 years, perhaps even 10 years younger. Who knows? Number 17, trick question. Did Zuko rule the Fire Nation as a Fire Lord for 70 years? Yes or no?
Yes.
No, exactly 67 years.
It's close.
Number 18. When Malcolm Bolin was part of the pro bending team, Fire Ferrets where did they lived during this time? A. Homeless shelter. B. Pro bending arena. C. Underground. Or D. On the streets.
Alright. I will go with D.
D. On the streets.
Yeah.
Exactly B. Pro bending arena. They were living actually in the pro bending arena in a kind of an attic part of it. Number 19. Mako had to work in order to earn enough money so that their team could join the pro bending tournament. And where did he find the job? A. Delivering. B. Taxi driver. C. Republic City power plant. Or D. Garbage man.
Be mad. C, final.
C. They need exactly Republic power plants. I mean, in this world, in this time, they actually have cars, and at least as far as I can tell, there are at least two major companies that produce the cars. And here's a bit of shocking, the second company that produced cars, he's actually the son of the Cabbage Man.
Hmm.
It's just weird. Number 20. Mako did his job in order to earn enough money so that his team could take part of the tournament. But the team was required to have certain amount of money, and how much did they have to required? 10,000 A 10,000 yuan, B 30,000 yuan. Like, okay, I don't even if that is how you pronounce the name, but yeah, that would be the currency they've been using. Or C 50,000 yuan, or D 20,000 yuan.
I'll go with the most. I'm going with C. Final.
Exactly B 30,000. But close.
Ah, damn.
And that was also when that was, I believe that's the time when he encountered Asami, and she managed to convince her father to be a supporter or sponsor for the team, so they will have new clothes, even new gear, and even financial, so that they could not have to be worrying about it. Number 21, hard question. Asami's father's fa- uh, Asami Sato's father, Hiroshi, sacrificed his life in order to save his daughters while they were fighting against Kuvira's giant metal robot. Yeah, actually, they literally had that robot tall as a skyscraper. And how old were Hiroshi when he died? A. 55 years. B. 54 years. C. 52 years. Or D. 53 years.
What question is this one?
21.
Alright. I'm going with C.
Ain't wrong exactly. B. 54 years. Well, the how he died, it kind of sad. I mean, they actually this type of kind of hummingbird mechas to cut through one. Um, he and his daughter were in the same suit in order to work together, and of course they had this button system that could eject if that's like in a plane. He did that for his daughter, but himself, no. He was actually killed when the giant robot smashed with his hand right on him. That's just, yeah, horrible. But at least they were reconciled their problems in the end, because until then, she couldn't even stand to see her father at all. Number 22. How many years younger are Avatar Korra's twin cousins Desna and Eska to her? A. 3 years. B. 4 years. C. 2 years. Or D. 1 year.
A. Final.
Wrong exactly. C. 2 years. Number 23. How old were Noatak, also known as Amon, when he died? A. 40 years. B. 38 years. C. 35 years. Or D. 45 years.
C.
Wrong exactly. A. 40 years. Number 24. How many years younger is the former council member Tolok to his brother Noatak? A. 4 years. B. 5 years. C. 3 years. Or D. 2 years.
A.
Wrong exactly. C. 3 years. Yeah, he actually they were they were actually sons of Yakon, an organized crime boss who escaped to Northern War tribe where he settled down, and both discovered they were both waterbenders and also bloodbenders. At this time, bloodbending was illegal. And it was actually Tolok that killed both him and his brother. They were on a boat, and Tolok he found this kind of glove, electric glove, and ignited above the gas tank, and boom, blow up them both. Yeah, and also he didn't know that his brother was Amon at the time. Number 25. Suko's sister Sula creates a different color on her fire. What color does it she make of the fire? A. Gold. B. Blue. C. White. Or D. Orange.
If I remember right, I'm pretty sure it's gold.
Final?
Yeah.
Wrong. It's actually B. Blue.
Oh, apparently my memory just sucks ass. Like you don't? Yes.
uh, Number 26. Trick question. When Korra replaced Firefire's waterbender and then she was discovered she was an avatar, was she allowed to continue to play? Yes or no?
No.
Wrong. Exactly. Yes, she was allowed to play only as long as she used waterbending. I mean, I don't think they ever expected the avatar to want to be playing in the team. So, excuse me. Number 27. Azula's old friend Ty Lee used to have a love interest on someone, and who was it? A. Aang, B. Zuko, C. Sokka, or D. Haru?
About Sokka. Oh, you want to look this? Yeah.
Final?
Hmm.
C. They didn't exactly say Sokka. I don't. I don't think they actually encounter if she had actually met Haru, the Earthbender. Number 28. Tylee has a number of identical sisters, and how many sisters does Tylee have? A. 6, B. 5, C. 4, or D. 8?
I'm trying to remember.
They never actually appeared in the show either, also.
That's probably why I don't remember then. Alright. Hello, D20. Also known as thing on my computer. Right. C, final.
C. Ain't wrong, exactly. A. 6. With her is 7 daughters in that family, and they really look identical. So Tylee has 6 sisters, and that's impressive. And all of them are actually the same business at the circus. They only appeared in the comics, as far as I know, though. Number 29. Zuko has a dragon that is the descendant of Ran and Shaw, and its name is Druk. And what color does the dragon have? A. Green, C. B. Golden, or C. Red, or D. Gray?
Eh. I'm going with A.
Wrong, exactly. C. Red. Avatar Ruku's animal companion, Fang, has a certain color on its body. And what color did his body have? A. Gray. B. Red. C. Brown. Or D. Green?
I think it was green. I'm going with green.
Wrong exactly. B. Red.
Really? I remember it being green. My God, what is wrong with me? What's
Maybe
wrong
it
with
has
you?
been
What's
a
wrong
while.
with your memory? Lots of things.
Well, maybe it has. I mean, maybe this has been a while since you actually saw this. And and Rook actually made appearance in Legend of Korra last season, and Ran and Ran and Shaw also made only one appearance. That when Zuko and Aang actually went to find the source of the Fire Nation's power, the original source. Number 31. Zuko and Rook flew to one of White Lotus prison to learn about the prisoner was gone. And which prison did he visit? A. Gashan, B. Plea, or C. Sahir, or D. Minghua?
Okay, but
Minghua.
if they went to a precinct all play, I think that would be really funny. So I think
No, I mean
I
the
gotta go with
character.
that.
Yeah, you said B. Plea.
Yeah.
Wrong exactly. C. Sahir. This is how her name is spelled. Let's go see here.
Oh, I thought you meant like the prison was called plea.
No, her name is Plea. If you guys remember the fire combustion man from the Last Airbender,
Oh God, has it really been that long that I don't remember him at all? Or
well,
is
the
my
guy
memory
who,
just being awful again?
um, oh, well, basically, he's the guy who firebend in his mind by his forehead like that. You remember that part?
Oh yeah, yeah, no, I remember him.
Plea is the same type. She can do the same thing. Sahir is an airbender. Minghua is a waterbender, except she was born without arms. And she can make waterbend, literally waterbending without the arms, and she can create tentacles like for arms up by water to climb and all that stuff. It's impressive. I mean, they really took the whole step for all that. Just wow. Anyways, number 32, hard question. The Red Lotus member Plea was located in a prison in the Northern Water Tribe, and her prison was located on a tundra. And which location was it located at? A. The northern tundra, B. Western tundra, or C. Eastern tundra, or D. Southern tundra.
About all of them.
Huh.
What question number is this one?
32.
32. Okay, so it's me. C.
C. Ain't wrong exactly. B. Western tundra. So Plea was held at the northern tribe's Western tundra. She was a firebender, was held there, and yeah. Number 33. How many firebenders are known to be using the unique combustion bending? A. 4, B. 3, C. 2, or D. 5?
I'm gonna go 4.
Exactly, it's C. 2. Plea and Combustion Man are the only one that is known. There could have been more, but as I don't know if there were others that could appear in the comics, though, but who knows? Number 34, trick question. Were Bolin engaged with Korra's cousin Eska? Yes or no?
Yes.
Exactly, yes. Even it was kind of against his own will. Well, let's say she was a little pissed when she found out that he had broken up her engagement like that. It, yeah. Oh man. Number 35. Hard question. The Red Lotus member Minghua was placed in a special designed prison, and where was she being held? A. In a desert. B. Over a volcano. C. In a cave. Or D. In a metal room.
Oh boy. C.
You said C. In a cave. Wrong, exactly. B. Over an active volcano.
Jesus.
Mm-hmm. That is, yeah. Number
Excessive much?
46.
A little bit.
Well, I mean, I can just tell. Okay, I can still tell you why that would happen. Since the Red Lotus, each as okay, Lord Suko told a White Lotus sentry guard that each of these separate benders, minus Zahir, at the time wasn't a non-bender, which so Pli Mingwa Koshan was the most powerful. Each one could take out a single bender, but together they could take out the world. Well, maybe not destroy the world, but they could defeat almost anyone. So that these individuals were the most dangerous members. So a just average person could just be in, like put like put Mingwa in a prison in Northern War Tribe. She would use the ice to melt and easily been escaped. If Play was in over volcano, she would have used the heat and the fire that to be firebending. So it makes sense. Number 36. Zahir was located in a prison like his fellow members, and where was his prison cell located? A. Mountain range. B. Desert. C. Underground bunker. Or D. In a wooden cage.
I'll go with the desert.
Wrong, exactly. A. Mountain range. And blah, blah, blah. Wooden cage kind of reminds me of the time when Toph and Katara was in a prison, like in a cell made of wood. Number 37. How many White Lotus sentries went to Sahir's prison cell to give him food each time? A. 3, B. 5, C. 4, or D. 6?
Actually, it's most dangerous. Makes sense if there's a ton. So I'd go with 6.
Wrong, exactly. C. 4.
Hmm.
Number 38. Trick question. Does Desna and Eska enjoy ruling the Northern War Tribe as chiefs? Yes or no?
No.
No, they didn't exactly know. They think it's boring because it doesn't even happen much. Well, I mean, they took over after Katara's and Korra, her uncle was Unalak, was turned to the Dark Avatar. His spirit actually joined with Vatu, the spirit of evil. And Korra actually used this waterbending technique that she learned from Unalak in order to purify a dark spirit. In that process, he died. And Desna and Eska, they weren't even sad that their dad was gone. They're like, eh, okay, so what? In the end, they kind of actually thought that he was bad for what he's trying to do. Number 39. Zuko's uncle, Iroh, has a favorite tea, and which tea is his absolute favorite? A. Green tea. B. Black tea. C. Um, ginseng tea. Or D. Jasmine tea.
T final. Not that kind of tea. Uh, well, I guess. Let's see here. What was this stupid thing to say? I'm going with D.
D. Jasmine tea. D. Exactly D. Number
Sweet.
40. Hard question. What kind of prison were Red Lotus member Gauchans placed in? A. Underground metal bunker. B. Wood cage at the ocean. Or C. Ice prison. Or D. Metal cage.
I'm going with D final.
You go with D. Wrong exactly. B. Wood cage at sea, the ocean. Well, he was actually the whole platform. The platform was literally placed in the middle of the ocean and was made of metal, but his cage was made of wood. So, number
Hmm.
41. How many sub skills is there within firebending? A. 3, B. 4, C. 2, or D. 5?
I'm gonna say 3.
Ding ding ding, exactly 3.
I knew the lightning was one, but
Lightning is one of them. Combustion bending is also one of them. Number 40. Okay, you know that when the comet arrived, how the firebenders have they're almost like their power is multiplied almost 100 times more stronger. Just imagine, like in the scene when in the last episode when they defeat the Fire Nord, the army at Ba Sing Se, they have this huge firewall of cause of the comet. I wonder how that would affect the lightning. Because as we've seen throughout the first season of that, when they're using lightning, how they are. So I wonder how it been if the lightning would have been affected much as well, like maybe double in size, maybe twice, maybe 10 times. Sorry, but if it's much stronger and much bigger in lightning size, like the size of the lightnings. I mean, that would make sense though. I think. Number 42. How many sub-skills is there within the earthbending? A. 4, B. 5, C. 3, or D. 7?
hmm. I know metal bending's one. Uh, pretty sure like rock bending's like kinda one, not really. Like mineral bending and stuff like that. That's 3. Uh, I'm gonna go C.
C. 3, D. Exactly 3. Metal bending, uh, seismic. You know that when Toph could sense people's movement in the ground when you've seen this like a circle in the ground for her. That was
Right.
one of the sub skills. That's one of the sub skills in metal bending. And mineral bending is not even a bending at all, because minerals, regardless for the type of mineral it is, if it's granite or sandstone or limestone, it doesn't count as a sub skill. I think sand
Mm.
bending is also one of them, but that is also a little bit different because since sand is technically dirt or soil, but it's more fine, like a powder compared to more uh, like normal soil is, or like normal dirt, because dirt is more compact, while sand is more like, it's like you go to this like the going to the sand or the beach or in a sandbox that you have in a playground or something like that. That is more fine sand, and like this trying the desert that Team Avatar went to, they combined with these skills in order to move around. So yeah, so sand bending is, I don't know if it's yeah, I don't want to say it's a unique bending or, but it's a sub skill. Number 43. How many sub skills is there within the ear bending? A 2, B 4, C 3, or D 5?
Oh, jeez, I don't even know any of them. Let's see. Wind bending. That's part of air, isn't it? Jeez,
Pretty
this
much.
guy. I'm going with C.
You go with C, and not exactly A 2. And
Alright.
I'm kind of a bit sorry for you to be related to him.
What?
I'm kind of sorry that you're related to Game Guy.
What is it?
Because sometimes it can be in like a, how to say, he's like Donkey from Shrek.
I don't shit wherever I want to, and I'm not a complete asswipe. Thank you very much.
I wasn't referring to that.
What?
You, you're more like a goofball.
What are the sub things of air, by the way?
Subscales of airbending, flight is one of them.
Oh, well, yeah,
Like
that's
flying
obvious,
with,
I
yeah,
guess.
yeah. So flying without using a glider or anything. Also, and the second, oh man, what was it? I don't even remember. But as many people, fans are like, oh, airbending is probably the non-lethal element to be used. Actually, it is lethal. I mean, okay, first of all, Monkey Gyatso, he killed a number of firebenders with airbending, but exactly how, unless he could somehow making the air, shaping it as almost like a spear and penetrating penetrate the armor, but I don't even know. But the only known skill that used for airbending to kill a person, like literally killing, was Sahir. He literally drained or draw the air from the lungs of the late Earth Queen. He killed her by using the airbending. Yeah, so number 44. How many airbenders was able to fly without any gliders? A 4, B 3, C 2, or D 5?
I thought I was gonna get the subspecies for the water for a second. What? Or the sub, whatever they're called for water. Anyway. Uh, two.
You say two, C, exactly D, C, two. So here is one of them. And the only other known was monk Lejima, which spent 40 years of his life in midair, never landed, never touched the ground. So there are only two known airbenders that was able to do so. And even though Sahir is technically not even an aeroman, but since he was able to airbending, so it still counts. Number 45, hard question. When was the first known harmonic conversion happening in humans' recorded history? A. 9829 BG, B. 9948 BG, C. 9572 BG, or D. 9654 BG.
Oh, I'm going with B.
B. Exactly. A. 9829 BG. Around the
Ah,
same
damn.
year, that was also around the same year as the Avatar cycle started with Avatar 1. And here's the thing, he couldn't actually use, at the time, humans were actually given the bending style or arts from the lion turtles, who they lived on their backs. But humans were only having given opportunity to only have one element at a time. No humans had ever had tried two of those elements. So Rava, the spirit of light, what actually was in he had she had to be in one's body in order for him to pass through his body in order for him to use the other elements like air, water, or even earth. And after they were in the spirit world, he touched one of the spirit portals while she was inside his body, and that when he touched it during the conversion, it permanently fused them. So we can actually see her leaving his body when he dies in the end after this giant battle or something like that. He was very old, and that is how he all things started. I remember back in the Southern Air Temple episode when Team Avatar went there, we can see all the statues. And when the old eyes are glowing, seeing the tower all the way up, so many of, I was wondered how did it had the Avatar always been around. But when he's presenting one as the Avatar, here's the thing: the other previous statues of the previous avatars are in stone, but one statue is a wood, and it's not really much a good shape. Number 46. When did Warlord Shen try to conquer the whole Earth Kingdom, and when he faced Kyoshi, in which led to his demise? A. 258 BG, B. 290 BG, C. 270 BG, or D. 260 BG.
I'll go with D.
D ain't wrong exactly. B. C. 270. Number 47. In what year was it when the late Avatar Kyoshi separated Kyoshi Island from the mainland? A. 200 BG, B. 240 BG, C. 270 BG, or D. 250 BG.
Well, alright. I'm gonna go with D, final.
Ain't wrong exactly. 278 BG. Same year as she killed um, uh, Warlord Shin. They was actually at the same moment when she separated the island from the mainland and he fell to the ocean on his demise. He was so stubborn that he didn't want to move. Number 48, trick question. Did Zahir's prison had any guards outside his cell? Yes or no?
Yes.
Exactly no. No guards at all. Number 49, hard question. There were a peasant uprising in Basing Sea, and
Mm.
which Earth King ruled the Earth Kingdom when it happened? A. 48 Earth King, B. 49 Earth King, C. 46 Earth King, or D. 45 or 45th Earth King. Excuse me.
I'm going B.
B. Ain't wrong exactly. C. 46 Earth King. Number 50. The late Avatar Yang Shin had two winged lemurs like Momo as pets. And what names does she have for those winged lemur? A. Pigpack, B. Louis La, C. Yue and Hebei, or D. Jum Boom Yun and Mei Jim.
Well, first of all, you might want to take something for that seizure you just had. And second of all, I'm going with D.
Wait, what? Audio seizure? What do you mean?
The names you just said made it sound like you were.
Well,
It just sounded weird to me. Well,
well, I can
that's
always
just what
put.
happens sometimes.
But what do you say that was?
I'm going with D.
D. Ain't wrong exactly. A. Pickpack. And Pickpack is wind lemurs. And unfortunately, Mumo is the only known surviving of their kind, as far as we know. Louis Law, I think, I don't know. By Yue, she is the princess of Northern War tribe. Heibai is that giant panda spirit. Boom Yun is a winged rabbit spirit that Aang's son Boomy is a friend with. And Mei Jim also is another official spirit that appeared in Legend of Korra. And she's actually, well, he and she actually are a frog spirit with they share the same body. And they even had a wedding in a spirit world. I don't even know how that's even possible, but I mean the spirits. So I am not getting much into that, honestly. Number 51. Tenzin's son Milo found a ring-tailed winged lemur, not the same as the mumu. They're a complete different species. He kept him as a pet. And what name did he give this his ring-tailed winged lemur? A. Mookie, B. Pookie, C. Pokey, or D. Dookie.
Move faster, Pokey. I'm going with D.
D. Dookie? Ain't wrong exactly. C. Pokey. Poki.
You didn't move
Pokey.
fast enough. Ah, damn.
Number 52. In what year were the Firebender Master, also White Lotus member Yang Yang, born? A. 35 AG, B. 39 AG, C. 40 AG, C, or D. 38 AG.
I'm going with C.
C. Ain't exactly B. 39 AG. Number 53. What rank did Zhang Zhang have while he was serving the Fine Nation army before he defected the army? A. Captain, B. General, C. Admiral, or D. Commander?
Let's say Admiral.
Admiral? C. Ding ding, exactly C.
Yeah.
He was Admiral before he defected the army. Number 54. Another defector of the Fine Nation army was Shay. He had a rank within the army, and what rank did he have? A. Commander, B. Captain, C. General, or D. Lieutenant?
I'll go with Lieutenant.
Wrong exactly. B. Captain. Number 55. Shay was an expert of something within the Fine Nation army. What was he that he an expert in? A. Strategy, B. Survivalist, C. Explosives, or D. Navigation?
Explosives.
Ding ding ding, exactly C. Explosives. He literally saved Team Avatar from that small town when he arrived to. Number 56. When was the firebender Shay born? A. 75 AG, B. 72 AG, C. 74 AG, or D. 70 AG?
I'm going with D final.
Hmm?
D.
D. D. Ding ding, exactly D. Number 57. How old were Zhang Zhang when he deserted the Fire Nation army? A. 50 years, B. 48 years, C. 45 years, or D. 49 years?
I'll go with 45.
Wrong exactly. A. 50 years. Number 58. During what year were Suko, Asula, and Kiji's mom born? A. 66 AG, B. 62 AG, C. 64 AG, or D. 67 AG?
There's no way they didn't make that joke. I'm going with A. 66.
Wrong exactly. C. 64 AG. And Kiji is actually Asula and Suko's younger half sister. She never even appeared in the show, but she was born sometimes after Ursa was banished from the Fire Nation, well, at least in the capital. She wasn't even in Kiji. She wasn't even aware of that she had any older half siblings at the time until much later on. Number 59. How old were Ursa's mom, Rena, when she passed away? A. 89 years, B. 92 years, C. 95 years, or D. 90 years?
I'm going with A.
A.
Yeah.
Ain't exactly B. 92 years. Rena would have been the daughter of Ruku.
Hmm.
Number 60. Katara told a true story to her friends about a girl named Nini from the Southern War tribe, and that she was also a friend to someone within Katara's family. And who was it? A. Their mother, B. Their grandmother, C. Their dad, or D. Their granddad?
B.
B. Ain't wrong exactly. A. Their mom. This is actually the time of the same episode when they encounter Hama. another waterbender from Sunderwater tribe that was captured. Um, According to the story, what she told her friends about this is that there was this very bad snowstorm for a while, and Katara's mom, Kaya, realized she hadn't even seen her friend Nini in a while. So she and her father and a few others went to see Nini and her family. But when they came there, the house was empty, or the home was empty. So while the others were out looking for anyone, while Kaya remained in the house, or the well, I would just call it home. This is it's not a like typical house though, but she was standing nearby the open fireplace, or at least the kind of the chimney or something like that. She was trying to get warm, and she was standing. No, actually, she was standing near the opening, and then she suddenly heard someone saying, "I'm so cold, I can't get warm," or along those lines. So she turned around and saw her friend Nini standing by the open fire, or if it was open fire, and her face was blue, like if you had been like deep frozen blue. She got scared, and so she ran out, called for the others. Because when they arrived to the first place the first time, they saw smoke coming out from the home. So when the others came running back, she told what she saw. So they went inside, but Nini was gone. Ever since then, smoke can sometimes coming out from from the house from the home. So people knows that Nini is still trying to get warm. So that's and that's a true story according to Katara when she told her friends about this. I mean, it's very scary how to be. Okay, first of all, she didn't say exactly how old their mom were. She could have been like 14. She could have even been 10 years old, or even just 7 years old, or who knows. I mean, how would you guys react if you were in her position? If you come home into seeing coming to your friend's home, and you hadn't even seen her or him in a while, and seeing your friend standing there, and it was like ghostly blue or pale white, trying to get warm or anything. How would you guys react?
No idea.
Personally, I would have been scared. I think Rory probably would get scared himself.
Probably.
Yeah, and as a question for the options, their granddad, there's another thing. We only know of their grandmother, paternal grandmother, but we don't even know of grandfather. Well, except for Paku, who eventually became their step grandfather in the end. Number 61. In what year was the metal bender inventor Top Beifong born? A. 87 AG, B. 89 AG, C. 88 AG, or D. 85 AG?
D, final.
D.
Yeah.
Wrong exactly. C. 88 AG. Number 62. Trick question. Are Ursa the granddaughter to the late Avatar Ruku? Yes or no?
Yes.
Ding ding ding, it's actually yes. And that makes Ruku, no, Suko, Sula, and Kiji the great grandkids to Ruku. And technically, even though that Aang used to be Ruku, so in a way, Suko and Aang are spiritually related. After all, it's the same spirit, but or I don't even how that even want to go to work. Number 63. In which city was Top Beifong born in? A. Kaipan, B. Gowling, C. Shin Village, or D. Taku?
B. Wait, hold on.
Hmm?
What question is this?
63.
Oh, good thing you caught that. I almost took his question. Give me that damn computer. I'm going with D. I'm going with C.
C. Ain't wrong exactly. B. Gowling. All of
Hey, I
these
got it
are
right.
actually,
It wasn't your turn, though.
and all of these names are actual official places in the series. Taku was the one that was the abandoned city where Team Avatar rested when Katara and Sokka was sick. Number 64. How old were King Boomy when Aang encountered his old childhood friend? A. 110 years, B. 114 years, C. 112 years, or D. 113 years?
Um, hmm. I'll go with B.
114 ain't wrong exactly. C. 112 years old. He was actually the same age as Aang. Number 65. Hard question. Within the Earth Kingdom, within the Earth Kingdom army, there's a council called Council of Five, and the council consists of the five highest ranking officers in the army. And what rank do they have? Admirals, A. Admirals, B. Commanders, C. Captains, or D. Generals?
Commanders.
Ain't exactly D. Generals.
Hmm.
Number 66. The flying bison is said to have a number of stomachs. And how many stomachs does the flying bison have? A. 4, B. 3, C. 5, or D. 6?
I'll go with A.
Ain't exactly C. 5. I wonder. I may wonder if they actually when they originally
Man, it's a lot of
created
stomachs.
this. Well, I wondered if they actually, when they created this entire series from the start, that if they took inspiration when they created the flying bison, if they took inspiration from cows and bison. I mean, it has the name bison, and as for cows, since they have four stomachs, so I wouldn't have been surprised if they were somehow got the inspiration from basing on some of the bio science number of stomachs for the bison and all that. I wouldn't not being surprised if they were actually inspired for some of that reason. I mean, a lot of the animals in the franchise are mostly hybrid animals, like the platypus bear or that giant bird they can be riding on, like a giant ostrich or something, or a terror bird, which is also called. Yeah, it's just number 67. The flying bison has six legs, and each has a certain number of toes. And how many toes does each feet have? A. 3, B. 4, C. 5, or D. 6?
Is this me or Kyle?
Is 67, so it's yours.
Alright, roll that dice. I'm going with A.
A. Ding ding ding, exactly. A. Free toes.
So wait.
Number 68. Hard question. When Korra's team Avatar were moving to the Air Temple Island, Iki told them how many trees there were on the island, and how many trees were there on the island. A. 9,850. B. 9,765. C. 10,522. Or D. 9,928.
Going with the most. I'm going with C.
C. Ding ding ding, exactly D. C. 10,522 trees on Air Temple Island. Yeah, I when I actually saw that when she mentioned that in the episode, when Iki mentioned how many trees there are on the Air Temple Island, I was like, what? How do you know how many trees there are actually on the island? I mean, did you really went has so many spare times that you really went out the island to count each tree? I mean, how would you even know it's possible that there was over nearly 10,500 trees on the island? I mean, literally, did she literally spend every single day or a whole day to counting all the trees? If she pulled that off in just 1 or 2 days, hey, I've really lost my mind. I, it's like trying to count all the trees that in the Amazon rainforest. Oh, try to count all the trees in Sahara Desert, and you will say that's absolute zero, which is not. There are actually trees in Sahara Desert, but not that many. I think I would say not more than maybe a few hundred, maybe total. There are like small oases. There are probably like a dozen of trees at that small place, those small waterholes. But yeah, but Iki counting 10,522 trees on that island. Oh boy, now that is impressive. What if Starlight organized Twilight's book out of order and ripped a page of one? Uh, well, knowing how she is, that Twilight is the organized type. So yeah, I think Twilight might be flipping out that after all, she has her own system of organizing the books are supposed to be in, and if it was just one book, she may just only telling the person or pony just always to put it back where they taken. But if Starlight organized all the books in different order, she might just like she might be a little bit upset that she had to spend all day in order to reorganize that again. But ripping a page out of a book, well, that's I mean, she loved books. She praised them much, but that also depends on kind of if it's like a first edition book of something and it's something old. Now that would have been something that Twilight would really be pissed off at. I mean, just imagine if it's like if like Game Guy's older brother Dylan, he loves books, and if he find out that Dylan has, if Game Guy ripped apart a book, a page from a book that Dylan has, something that he very much treasure, maybe it was a gift from his girlfriend or something, and he find out that Game Guy was the one who ripped apart the page out of it, he would have been upset. Also, demand to know why. So that would have been the kind of the same way. So if Twilight find out that Starlight ripped a page out of a book, um, well, she would have been flipping out. She would freak out all the way. But she would most likely demand to know why she did that. But also, it would depend on from the what type of book it is. If it's an old one edition, the first edition of the book, if it's priceless, if it's a rare book, like in all spells like that, yeah, she would not be happy at all. But if it was a like newer book, and it was not the first edition, it's just most recent book. Yeah, it would probably say the same thing if it was a Daring Do book. After all, Twilight loved to read Daring Do. And for even over one of those books, even if it's not the first edition, she still would have been mad if that happens. So yeah, so basically Star Twilight would have been a little bit upset, or at least she will be not little, but she might be quite upset why Starlight disorganized the books and ripped a page out of one of them. So yeah, she might to know demand like to know why it happened, for what reason. And like I said, if Game Guy did that to Dylan's one of his books, something that he got from his girlfriend or love, well, let's say Dylan would have been reacted the same thing, demanded to know why he did it. It would have been the same thing as for Starlight and for Twilight. So it would have been the same reason, the same scenario. If it wasn't for me, well, I would have been pissed. I would have been angry. I'd like to know why. But if it was one of my nieces or nephews, like my 2 year old or 3 year old, well, I would just simply don't even get, even though I would get mad, but I would even try to even ask for a reason. I mean, a 2 year old or 3 year old wouldn't even understand why they're just doing it for fun or something. But so yeah, I can see why Twilight would have been upset if Starlight disorganized all the books and ripped a page out of them. But like I said, it also would depend on which what type of book it was. If it's a rare first edition of book, now that would have been something that Twilight would have treasured. If there's a family, if there's a book that she had been given from someone in the family, maybe a grandparent or something, she would have been the same thing as if there was a first edition of Daring Do book. Like, imagine how you saw Rainbow Dash if she had a first edition book of Daring Do and she find out that someone had ripped a page of that book, she would have been flipping out, demand to know why. Isn't
Um,
that would have been the same? Anyways, let's continue. Number 69. Guru Batik was living alone in one of the temples at the time of the Hundred-Year War. At which temple did he live at? A. Western Air Temple, B. Eastern Air Temple, C. Northern Air Temple, or D. Southern Air Temple.
God damn it. Well, that was gonna happen, I guess. Going with A.
A. Ain't wrong, exactly. B. Eastern Air Temple. Number 70. How old were Guru Patik during the time of the Hundred-Year War? A. 110 years, B. 120 years, C. 140 years, or D. 150 years.
I'm going with B.
120 years?
Yeah.
Ain't exactly 150 years.
Hmm.
That is considered very old. Number 71. The late Earth Kingdom avatar Kyoshi had a daughter, and what was her name? A. Coco, B. Aiko, C. Yue, or D. Kori.
This I gotta go to the rounds. I'm going with Coco.
A.
Yeah.
Ding ding ding, exactly A. Even though Kyoshi's daughter Coco was never actually mentioned in the show or in the comics, as far as I know, but after even though Kyoshi was not only the Avatar, but um, she was also the governor of Kyoshi Island. And after she passed, that was eventually given to her daughter Coco. Even though Kyoshi actually had a girlfriend. So if Coco is actually by her biological daughter or if it's an adopted daughter or something like that, no idea. Since never mentioned about if she ever been married or anything, but it's possible. Number 72, hard question. After the Hundred-Year War was over, a campaign was made to move the Fire Nation present in the Earth Kingdom, and the movement had a name. And what name did the movement have? A. Future Restoration Movement. B. Peace Restoration. Well, I can speak today. Peace Restoration Movement. C. Harmony Restoration Movement. Or D. Earth Peace Movement.
This is me because Raj just got a point. I'm going with D.
You go with D.
I do go with D.
Wrong exactly. C. Harmony Restoration Movement.
All right.
Number 73. How long did it take for the movement to try to remove Fire Nation present in Earth Kingdom? A. 2 months. B. 6 months. C. 1 year. Or D. 4 months.
I'm going with the longest. I'm going with the year.
Year? Ding ding, exactly year. 1 year long it took. And this particular place that they went to first was actually the oldest Earth Fire Nation colony. And even though that even Asami's father, Hiroshi, actually were also descended to the early, well, the first Earth colonies. That is impressive. Number 74. The Republic City power plant is providing city with electricity, and the power plant has a number of far earthbenders that creates lightning. How many workers does work at the power plant? A 8, B 10, C 6, or D 9? Excuse me. Oh,
I'll go with C.
you go with C. Ding ding ding, exactly C. And they don't
C
work
week.
like, yeah, they don't work constantly. They take breaks for now between, like, I think 5 or 10 minutes break each time. I mean, create lightnings constantly is really exhausting. It is. Number 75. The former underworld crime boss Yakone was arrested by Chief of Police Top Beifong, and in what year did they arrested him? A. 125 AG, B. 128 AG, C. 126 AG, or D. 129 AG?
Well, I'm going with C.
You got C, wrong exactly, B. 128 AG.
Oh damn.
Number 20, number 76. Trick question. Does the workers at the Republic power plant wearing metal mask and chest plate to protect them from the lightnings? Yes or no?
Yes.
Well, I think it is yes. Well, yeah, I mean, considering lightning is a very dangerous element, if you're not wearing a chest plate of metal, and even a face mask, I mean, if you've been hit by lightning in your face, unless if you survive, you can probably getting a third-degree burn, or even, well, as of one case for actually There is one man in world history so far that was hit by lightning 7 times during his lifetime. Not all at once, they were taking place in different years, but one occasion it literally burned his eyebrows off, and they never grew back. So imagine power lightning, lightning itself is a very dangerous element. Like there are effects on, like when you're seeing lightning on in the distance during a storm, being hit by those can literally other there's always a 50-50 chance that you can either survive or die. So yeah, if you're working a power plant and they're using lightning as a power source, so there is no wonder they won't even have metal mask or chest plate. Well, first of all, I wouldn't even have used metal. After all, the lightning, if the lightning were to bounce back to them, since metal is very conductive material for lightning. So that unless if you have not invented plastic, because plastic it would even wouldn't work. I mean, they wouldn't even direct. It wouldn't let that power, but it only melt. But melt plastic on your skin, even on through your clothes, it can be painful. Wood, that is absolute bad choice even to use. That will burn through right through it. But yeah, but using light to use lightning as a power source, I do wonder if they actually have firebenders working 24 day around. If they have like day shift and night shift crew, because unless they somehow generate enough electricity or lighting in those generators that would last a whole night, which I doubt. Okay, if Diamond Tora and Skululu got married, would Diamond Tora's parents accept Skululu in the family? Um, well, I can see maybe Filthy Rich could potentially possibly accept Skululu. I mean, after a little bit of while though, after all, um, spoiled rich mother. Considering at least for one thing, when Diamond Tiara was running for the class president, she and even before when she was teaching to saying to the CMC and other supply flanks they were like below her. But in that episode when she was running for the class president, she was at the time when she came to realize that regardless what they were trying, she wanted to she was looking down, was even looked down by her own mother. And even when she stood up for her mom, it just showing that spoiled rich, without a doubt, may have not accepted Skulu in the family, even though she had a cutie mark, but she might have not accepted Skulu right away. Might have taken her some time to even accept her, or or it's possible that spoiled rich would never even accept her. But there's like a 50-50 that she's either accepting her after some time or she will never do it. Because she might not even accept Skulu right away. Filthy Rich is not like his wife. After all, he is a very good friend to Granny Smith and the Apple family, since he buys their sap jam each year. So they still, even though they own the rights to produce the jam, but he owns the right of selling it in his store. So he is at least more
Mm.
accepting as a personality. So he were like accepting Scootaloo, but I think he might have get not he might accept her right away, but it would take him a little bit some time to get used for Scootaloo to being a part of family. But he more likely to be accepting her than Spoiled Rich would. after how his wife been treating their own daughter, even that special episode when he was trying to run for the class president, even when Peepsqueak was running for the class president, and that her mother tried to use the school board to make sure that her daughter would win. But after she saw her daughter stood up for her, yeah. So spoiled rich might not accept Scootaloo right away, but there's always three chances. One, she might accept her after some time. Two, she may never accept her at all. And three, she might accept her, but after might take some time to get used to that at all. Maybe there might be like a 50-50
Hmm.
acceptance. Like half of that she may accept her, but other half that she will never fully accept her. So spoiled rich may not accept her. Be it's hard to say because how her personality is like. So I would say it's a 50-50 chance. Filter rich, he's more like possibility to he has a better chance to accept Scootaloo. But of course, also it will take him some time to get used that his only daughter is married with a mayor. So yeah, it will. Of course, he will accept Scootaloo as part of the family, but also that it will take him time to get used that his daughter is married with another mayor. It's like if I have a daughter and she's marrying a girl, of course I accepting that that community. I do, but I might have to be in like if my daughter one day, oh dad, here's this is my girlfriend, and like and I'm like, wow, okay, but I would accept my daughter to have in if she's dating a girl. Of course, I might be taken aback. I mean, this is not like every single day that this is not like every day you finding out your daughter is dating the same gender. So and but yeah, it's not like a. But of course, I will get used to my daughter dating a girl, and even if they were to get married, I mean, still it would take time to get used to it. So for Filter Rich, well, yeah,
Um,
he he would accept her, even if it'll take some time to get used to it. Filter Spoiled Rich, well, that's a little bit different matter because she's a
we're gonna
she's a she's a tough nut
uh,
to crack.
get
Did you see my Easter story request? Actually, it is. I did actually, but I haven't worked on it yet.
what question
I
were we at?
still have a few weeks left, so I don't know.
76, I think.
I don't know how many. Well, when it was gonna be made. Let's see, number 77. Actually,
Hmm.
okay. Um, Here we go. How many years did Fire Lord Izumi been ruling the Fire Nation since her dad stepping down as a Fire Lord? A. 8 years. B. 6 years. C. 7 years. Or D. 9 years.
Going with D.
A. Wrong, exactly. C. 7 years.
Ah,
She
damn.
only appears. She only appears in like I think it was either 2 or 3 episodes.
Hmm.
Okay, number 78. How old were freedom fighter leader Yet when he died? A. 16 years. B. 15 years. C. 18 years. Or D. 19 years.
I'll go with 19.
Not exactly. A. 16 years old.
All right.
Even though, yeah, even Katara tried to heal his injuries, but it didn't work. And then question like what happened to his body afterwards when he died? Well, that's quite simple to answer. Daily dispose of his body for somehow, but like maybe throw him in the lake or something. I don't know. Um, Number 79. How old were Jet when he witnessed his parents being killed when he was young? A. 9 years, B. 10 years, C. 8 years, or D. 7 years?
C.
Ding, 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 exactly C. He was only 8 years old when he saw his own village and his parents to be killed. I cannot even imagine that's like at all. Number 80, trick question. Were Kai an orphan before he joined the Air Nomads? Yes or no?
Yes.
Ding, 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 exactly yes. He was an orphan, but he was adopted in or taken in by an Earth Kingdom family, a wealthy family. I think he stayed with them for only a couple of months before he robbed them, stole some valuable things, and left. But now he's actually part of the team of the Air Nomads. And also, he is even dating Genora, the older daughter of Tenzin, which is also the granddaughter of Aang and Katara.
This question's trying to make what's the problem, guys? Trying to make me a little
No-
uncomfortable.
Number 81.
Hmm.
How were May related to the warden of the Fine Nation prison boiling water? A. Niece. B. Cousin. C. Daughter. Or D. Granddaughter.
D.
Wrong, exactly A. Niece.
Ah, damn.
That was the final question for this time for Avatar. Well, and I
Uh,
also I came up
that
with some new questions.
well,
Came up with
we kind of tied. Yeah. Well, wow. Wait, really? Yeah. Look at that. We
yeah.
both got their T.
Don't
That's all
worry.
right. You know what? That's fine. That's fine.
No wait,
We can just decide it together.
no. Actually, I have actually came up with some questions during the time when we were doing this.
We're not gonna do them all, are we?
No, 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 no. You can just take one of them. Well, actually, there are only. Let's go see here. Come here. There's one, two, three, four. That one is will not count as that. I don't know. Four. What's this next one? Come on, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? And five and six questions.
Yeah, we gotta kind of maybe we gotta do something. So
All
we might
right.
as well just do one then. We'll be fine with one. This will
Okay.
be the tiebreaker, I guess.
Okay.
And we'll answer together so that there's a better way for us to at least try to get it. All
Okay.
right. Yeah, you know what? That
Um.
works.
So number 82. Um. Who named the uh Who named the Harmony Restoration movement by name? A. Aang. B. Zuko. C. Toph. Or D. Sokka.
I'm going with Ain. I'm dancing. We're answering together. No, don't give me an A. Don't give me another A. Thank you. All right. I'll go with B.
A and B ain't wrong, exactly D, Sokka.
Son of a bitch. We were destined to be tied.
Well, I can always use other ones. Come on. Or this one. Trick question though. Um, were Godson the Red Lotus member a metal bender? Yes or no?
This will decide it. I'm gonna go with yes. Guess that means I'm going with no.
No. Ding ding exactly no. Even though he was the
Well,
earthbender, but he never learned
wait.
metal bending. He is actually one of the rare metal earthbenders that actually used um, lava bending. Other except from Bolin. He's an earthbender, but he learned lava bending by of a big surprise. He even tried metal bending, but he couldn't use it. But eventually, over time, he got more better to using his lava bending, and he used that sub skill during a fight against Kuvira when but she attacked, the Republic City. So, what the? Huh, weird. Oh, some kind of sound. Let's see what topic to use next. Well, that's just great. Well, I may have to update Avatar quiz again. Well, I was considering to do a quiz based on other sci-fi series, Battlestar Galactica. There are two versions actually. One from the 70s and the 80s, I believe, and the second was from the wow, I think it was early 2000s. I think never saw the old version, but seen the more recent one to meet. Uh, all that, and they also made some couple of spin-off series on that one. So I might not, I might or may not. I just haven't figured out yet. One quiz I really haven't updated yet is MLP, Japanese history, Norse mythology, Pokemon? Question mark. I don't know if that's even updated yet. US and UK history cannot be chosen since not updated. Let's see here. Come on, where are you? Where are you? There we go. That one can be removed since that's been used. Uh, movie quiz that cannot be used once again since, well, can only use them once. Okay, let's see what kind of quiz I do have. I have Elf. Let's see, 13 or 14 cryptic quests, and that's extra long. That's 248 questions. Hey, two this Disney Gargoyles cartoon show, Stargate, Disney Gummy Bears, World History. That one, I think that one is about. Uh, let's see first of all. Yes, so I'm really sure. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. 124 questions on world history. Great. Macross movies question mark. Movies updated. Murder She Wrote. The Avatar from those James Cameron movies can be used. What else? Phantom, Comic Hero, Game Possible. Had not even used that one. Robotech, Scooby Doo, Scotland History, SCP Foundation, Space, Star Wars canon, one Star Wars Legends, uh, The Postman, which is a movie, Titan AI, also movie. Star Trek TV shows is the only ones that has not been used at the moment. So you know, considering how many of those quizzes that we had done or used so far in wow 52, well minus the one that we did use but is no longer there, which is about Mario. So so the ones that we had used so far is a lot of cryptids, space, MLOP, uh, what else? Well, that and I do need to update the background quiz. Well, that's if I can find enough question though. I'm not sure. Uh, you know, normally is the one that wins that picked the questions. Next topic. Since the next topic won't be until uh, likely the other 15 or 16 of this month. Since I only have a couple of hours left until it resets. So, but you know, since we have been using a lot of the different ones, that Star Wars, uh, MLP, uh, cryptids, and all that, the only one that we hadn't even used only once so far is SCP Foundation. I'm just saying, it just considering all other cryptids all the quiz that we had used so far, it's other those mostly be in space, something like that, and but yeah, I will let Roy decide. After all, he did win. What's this? Oh, okay, that was really open. Man, I'm gonna get hungry. Despite I had some popcorn before we started the stream. Man, I get more hungry every second. So
Right. Well, I guess I'll do the cryptid one. Not the long one though, like one of the shorter ones.
well, we can do that. Yeah, I will also need to check on the previous cryptid quiz that we use for Gameshow stream because I just want to make sure that I'm not repeating the same questions once again, though. So that would be awkward.
All right.
So total of questions so far that's not being used. Since I wrote down a lot of questions on paper, which total of well, that's the thing. I counted them twice. One time I counted up as 1,074. Another time was 1,076. And since I have, let's see here, 18 cryptic quests, so that's normal standard with 81. So 81 times 18, 1,458 questions, plus those on paper, which is 1,076 question mark. That would be 2,534 plus those 248. That is on the long one. That would be wow, 2,782. And I do the fact say that it was the number was all of 4,617 at one point, but that was not even close to that. It just miscalculation. I counted wrong in that part. I remember Roy's reaction, like, Ay, ay, ay. If Twilight and Starlight are dating, how often would they kiss? That's um, I would say quite often. In a one day, mm, you know what? Yeah, not more than a handful of times. They probably kiss even in public as well. So who knows? It's a little bit difficult to say the answer, but not obviously less than 100. Well, that depends on in the mood they are for that, but who knows? Okay, so cryptids next time. Boy, then it's gonna be a while. I don't need to make any cryptid quiz for a while, since after all, 18 or so. No need for that. Yeah, so I wonder if I would do a quiz that maybe I wonder how if I would have make 1,000 questions. I wonder how long the stream would have been, even if it was a complete reset. And another major factor to be wondering is like if both Kyle,
Not
Roy, Malachite, or the others would even last that long.
I don't know, but we're gonna have to go. We kind of have something we need to do.
All right. Yes, I had to end the stream here anyway. So after this,
All
I
right.
just simply would just I will get to get something to eat and start working on a story. Which one? I have no idea. I had to figure out. I might work on Robert's story, but first of all, I need to find that screenshot in my computer, which it wouldn't be that difficult. I mean, I think I'll let's see. Whoops, not that. Nope. Here we go. Here's one screenshot from ScreenYard. Let's go see here. Come on, come on. This computer is slow sometimes. Diamond Tiara and Scootaloo. That was his Easter story. I may have to say it's very unlikely is if he asks for audio, it's very unlikely it will be an audio. I mean, I know for the fact that are multiple pictures art based on the both uh, Diamond Art and Scootaloo out there. So yeah, I might just work on those and also try to figure out which next Easter story that will be uploaded also. So
All right.
that will take a while for me to do. Jeez. Uh, normally I don't. Normally I don't actually take in accepting any request for any stores still, since I'm still uh, at this decision not to accept any request, since I have so many stores I really need to fix and some remakes, but I can do always do this how to say exceptions. It's not like saying that people can still leave in requests and comments all the time. I don't think that is had to stop. People can still leave requests, but they can still leave those stored requests to me. But I'm not saying I won't don't do it right away. It's just considering how many people had asked me in the past, and I even hadn't even gone through all those. And even as for next year, it will be 10 years since I start doing my stores. So I have no idea, but I will try my best to make as many as I can. And as Robert once asked me how many videos I do for 1 year, well, I decided to count down stories per month, like how many love stories I do. But I won't count all the videos. I will only count the love stories or true friend stories. So far, I have done 12 for the past, well, 2 months or so. I had to step up for my game for this. So yeah. Stream next week. Well, maybe. It depends on how many hours I have left of this stream yard or after this stream. So if I have any hours left, it might just simply be a Friday stream. That depends. I maybe hopefully that Fire Gods can come over this summer, but it's at the moment it might looking at might not happen. Since Fire mom recently were in hospital, but now she's home. But now she needs to be resting for the next 2 3 weeks. So it might her take at least a few months before she get regain all of her full strength again. All that. So another detail is that the passport I actually had fixed has still not yet arrived to their home or to their state. They're still in a complete different state. It's just I don't know. I asked him to find out of those a few times, but since her mom wasn't feeling well, so she hasn't really looked it up yet. In fact, I'm still waiting for my Christmas gifts, which has not been sent to me. uh, but those are not that important, honestly. I can always wait for them to the next Christmas. So yeah. So yeah, everyone, this is have an interesting stream, interesting questions, and also the very first time it ended up a tie, and that was one thing I didn't expect to happen. And I suggest that Game Guy and Roy maybe to look up to rewatch some of Avatar: Last Airbender, just in case of the if this will happen again, just to refresh their memories on that. Well, that's up to them though. I have always access to Netflix, so I can always watch them there. And of course, the Avatar horror. Though minus Netflix live action series, it's no go. Absolute no go for me. I only saw episode one, two, six, seven, and eight. I haven't seen all of them, and I won't. Why? It was garbage. Complete mess. I'm just saying though. But I might just simply watch when the next season comes out. Well, that depends if it's gonna be, who knows. I'm just curious to see how tough will be like in the new series. I know. Anyways, this has been fun. This is Rich Diablo signing off. Bye.
And goodbye.